Below this field is one of the most complicated machines ever built, a real-life time machine. Buried hundreds of meters beneath the French-Swiss border, this machine will shoot beams of energy around a 27-kilometer-long loop and smash those beams of energy together again at the end. This giant loop is the track for the world's newest particle accelerator, the Large Hadron Collider, or LHC. It's designed to peer into the origins of the universe and is the brainchild of 6,000 of the world's top scientific minds. Jeff Taylor is the head of physics at Melbourne University, but here in Switzerland, he's a key contributor to the LHC project.
As we come into this new era with the Large Hadron Collider, we are going to be discovering aspects of nature which we couldn't have dreamed of in the past. This is really the most exciting period for physicists, for scientists, since the beginning of the 20th century.
It's been a long time coming. We have constructed this for many, many years, and to suddenly go into this phase where really everything starts to come together and starts to click into each other and to really work as a whole is immensely exciting.
Atlas is the name of the giant detector at the heart of the project. It's being built underground in a 6-story deep construction pit, filled with the world's biggest magnets, layered by 3,000 kilometers of wiring, and all weighing 7,000 tons. All of this so that protons, the heaviest part of the atom, can be smashed at near the speed of light inside the machine, creating conditions that haven't existed since a trillionth of a second after the birth of the universe.
It is a machine which operates at a temperature of 1.9 degrees Kelvin.
Which in Celsius terms?
Which is minus 271 degrees.
The collider lives at the CERN laboratory outside of Geneva. CERN buzzes. It requires its own relay station to power the collider, and above that you'll catch the intellectual hum of the world's best scientists.
At the CERN cafeteria, sometimes there are 5 Nobel Prize winners eating with students and postdocs and other staff members. It's a very, very rich environment, and it's a very testing environment. The students work very, very hard, but it's very inspiring.
At the cafeteria, I meet the head of the Atlas project. Peter Jenny tells me that when the machine gets turned on early next year, anything could happen.
We have pretty exciting ideas from theory what could happen, but the most exciting for an experimentalist would be that actually something which nobody has foreseen could be discovered. It's really going into a new land in a way. Sometimes people say it's like when people explored new territories. Columbus did find something exciting, not India, but something else, and maybe something like that may happen.
Scientists in Switzerland are attempting to disprove everything we think we know about, well, everything. Researchers with the European Organization for Nuclear Research, or CERN, are in the process of restarting the world's biggest particle accelerator. Known as the Large Hadron Collider, the restart comes after 2 years after the machine discovered the Higgs boson, or God particle, which is believed to be the key to how particles get their mass. But now scientists want to use the machine to disprove the Big Bang theory of the universe by discovering miniature black holes, which would in turn reveal parallel universes. And it only gets weirder from there. See, according to the scientist, if these black holes are detected at a particular energy, it would prove an alternate existence theory, or known as rainbow gravity, which posits that the universe stretches back in time infinitely with no origin point like the Big Bang. No word yet on whether Doctor Who will be available when scientists actually rip a hole in the space-time continuum. But we can hope.
Man, I mean, it plays right into kind of a little what you were talking about before we even hit that. That is, I mean, the Hadron Collider is something that, like, I know a lot of people are scared of. There was, like, an Onion article that a, time traveler came back and warned us about it. But, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on the Hadron Collider, John. Like, where do you sit on this thing? Is it dangerous? What do you think?
I mean, as Tabitha pointed out, like, the question obviously is, are these guys up to some nefarious, plan to create a mini black hole? And if that then, gets out of control, then does it gobble up, the entire planet as a result? I'm not particularly concerned about that. I do actually have faith that they have a certain understanding of what they're trying to achieve. And I think, as I said before, the point is that we're really just at the basis of understanding our reality and our existence here. So the more that we can endeavor using things like the Hadron Collider, the more exciting I think our future will be.
And I totally agree. I mean, it's part of the human condition and experience to push forward in life. That is the most important thing for us and who we are as a people, is to keep pushing forward and keep pushing our boundaries safely, but keep pushing our boundaries as mankind, humankind.
Today, we at the Large Hadron Collider are celebrating a one-year anniversary of a quaint, simple dream. A city-sized electromagnet in an underground layer capable of firing an ultra-energized proton beam at the speed of light.
Alma Gutierrez, Baltimore Sun. What about criticisms that the LHC could have caused miniature black holes or unstable particles?
Wow. Someone's been reading too much science fiction. Yes. Anyways, no, we have not encountered any black holes or gateways to the multiverse.
I didn't say anything about gateways to the multiverse.
We are going to become gods. Period. If you don't like it, get off. You don't have to contribute. You don't have to participate. But if you're going to interfere with me becoming God, you're going to have big trouble. Then we'll have warfare.
They believe they are in contact with these entities and are being directed by them. That's why they're so evil. And the entities are telling them eternal life, total power, total control, everything you could ever want. Just kill everyone. Set up a world government. Build this design we're telling you. Build what we're telling you. Build this. Build this. Let us through. Build the Hadron Collider. Open the dimensions. Let us in. We're going to really help you. We're friendly little guys. Oh, my God, we're screwed. We are in so much trouble, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a bunch of lunatic elites thinking they're talking to little gray men who are telling them how to get eternal life. Does that sound like a good idea to you?
And the fifth angel blew his trumpet, and I saw a star fallen from heaven to earth, and he was given the key to the shaft of the bottomless pit. He opened the shaft of the bottomless pit, and from the shaft rose smoke, like the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened with the smoke from the shaft. Then from the smoke came locusts on the earth, and they were given power like the power of scorpions of the earth. They were told not to harm the grass of the earth or any green plant or any tree, but only those people who do not have the seal of God on their foreheads. They were allowed to torment them for 5 months, but not to kill them. And their torment was like the torment of a scorpion when it stings someone. And in those days people will seek death, and will not find it. They will long to die, but death will flee from them. They have as king over them the angel of the bottomless pit. His name in Hebrew is Abaddon, and in Greek he is called Apollyon. The first woe has passed. Behold, 2 woes are still to come.
I was in prayer during the night, and I got the vision of this Abaddon, and it was horrific. Then in the morning, later on that morning, I got the actual prophecy. I was hearing it, parts of it, for a few days. Prepare for the day of Abaddon. He shall rise from beneath the earth, smoke shall ascend to the heavens. He shall be accompanied by his army of demons. He will have power to cause much pain and suffering, but not the power of death. He shall make men flee in horror, and they will not escape this torment and pain. The army and is king of the locusts, shall remain among the unrepentant for 5 months. Turn from your evil ways, you men of the earth. I am a just God and a forgiving God. Return to me and escape the wrath to come. All those that seek me with a repentant heart will enter in. Come as time moves quickly and the days grow shorter.
The dream was about Abaddon. It was made clear to me in the dream that what I was seeing was related to this particular video that she made. In the dream, I saw total chaos taking place here in West Arkansas, and also it was made known in the dream that this would be taking place all across the world as well. What I mean by total chaos, there was rioting going on, looting. The police in particular were overwhelmed and they could not handle what was going on. I saw policemen getting shot, people getting shot. There was just complete chaos everywhere. And again, it was made known to me in this dream that this was directly related to Abaddon, Apollon. Well, who is Abaddon or Apollon? Abaddon, literally meaning destruction, ruin, or perdition, is the Hebrew name of the demon identified as the angel of the bottomless pit, or the abyss in Revelations 9:11, who ties up the devil for a millennium, 1,000 years, also known as the destroyer, from his role as one of the destroying angels of the apocalypse in Job 26:6 and in Proverbs 15:11. The word Abaddon arises in conjunction with Sheol. He is further identified as the devil himself in the 3rd century Acts of Thomas. Now, Abaddon, or Apollon, is the chief of the demons of the 7th hierarchy, the king of the grasshoppers, or the demon of locusts. These demons should emerge, or would emerge, with the sounding of the 5th trumpet in heaven. It describes the sound of their wings was as the sound of chariots running to battle. Guys, I'm not trying to say I'm a prophet. I'm not even saying that I was showed a vision. This dream was very vivid. And again, the only way I can describe this is I was instructed in this dream to let everyone know watching this video that this video that God's Healer 7 made yesterday released yesterday on February 24th, 2014 is related to my dream, and that this would be part of what would be going on when this demon and his buddies are released out of the bottomless pit.
The LHC is being fired up and is expected to begin generating particle collisions any day now. Are they going to achieve their goal? If so, it looks to us like they will be fulfilling prophecy on the exact schedule foretold in the Bible, a schedule and outcome they themselves are signaling. CERN recently presented 2 films to celebrate the refiring of the LHC called Symmetry and Symmetry Unraveled. A time code has been embedded in the Symmetry trailer that testifies to the reason for the LHC. There's a ringing sound in a particle beam collision at 1 minute 13 seconds that speaks to me of the 13th day of the 1st month on the Lord's calendar. That's the day when biblical models illustrate the emergence of the Antichrist beast, and that's when the LHC is probably going to begin colliding protons at high energy. In the trailer, subsequent to that ringing collision, we see beings that had been trapped in another dimension emerge through a time-space portal. We'll soon see if it's coincidental that their production mirrors the biblical prophecy. It seems very unlikely. I've been blogging about how control over time itself is going to be wielded for a week or so by the ancient dragon, and that's what the trailer seems to demonstrate in the way the entire Passover season is embedded in the time code, with even an accounting of the preparation for Passover that accounts for a preliminary hoax scenario. I'm also going to be comparing the key scene of this trailer to one from another film, The Penitent Man, to demonstrate the match. Just because we're not being told directly what's really going on doesn't mean we're not being told. This is a big deal because your life will never be the same, the world will never be the same, and what you do about it will matter for a very long time. The sequence of scenes I showed from the trailer presents a looping in time, repeating the opening of the Stargate to illustrate it from various perspectives. The brief segment shown begins with the dance in the magic circle of salt, which is itself a manifestation of theurgy, and what's dramatized is representative of multiplied thousands of ritual sacrifices and evocation rituals over many centuries. Then there's a particle collision with scattered particles as would be recorded in one experiment's sensor array, then circular collision imagery from what looks like another array's perspective, and then we see trapped entities and their emergence as splintering, symmetry achieved as the underworld has been bridged to this realm. Control over the flow of time-space has been established for a limited season. What CERN is cleverly not telling us in their opera and dance film trailer is what they are dancing all over with occult symbolism and NLP. They're opening the door to let someone in with the breaching of time-space domains. The LHC is a machine that's intended to open a wormhole through time-space so Apollo can emerge, and that's what the Symmetry trailer confirms to us. In familiar occult fashion, it conceals and reveals that it will happen through the pairing of science and magic. CERN is all about facilitating and celebrating the arrival of the Antichrist beast. Spare no expense. There's no attempt by CERN to hide the connection between the particle collider and Shiva, the Lord of the Dance. It's a form of the dance of the Nataraja that is performed by the dancers in Symmetry. A large idol of the Lord of the Dance is displayed prominently at the facility. Shiva is the destroyer of worlds. In Revelation 9, the angel with the key to the abyss is Apollyon, the destroyer, Abaddon. The pedestal of the idol at CERN is a lotus, which is understood by illumined occultists to represent the emergence of Horus, who is also known as Apollo or Shiva. The facility is actually located right where Apollo was openly worshipped long ago, in the town of Apolliacum. I already decoded the fundamentals of the Symmetry trailer in this post to the Open Scroll blog titled CERN's Lord of the Dance, so you can reference that for more info, especially about the cosmology of Shiva. The opera and dance production is titled Symmetry, and that involves a matching of the atomic physics with the ritual magic of theurgy. The Symmetry describes the exploitation of physical laws to manipulate the spiritual realm. The Hermetic maxim is an expression of this symmetry. As above, so below. Those who are being inspired by Apollo to bring him forth are synchronizing every kind of work to resonate and harmonize with a focus on the boundary of time-space until the desired result is attained. Symmetry, the bridging of time-space, control over time-space domains. I want to make an observation before playing the clip from The Penitent Man. The CERN LHC facility is literally a temple devoted to the ancient gods, and it's a set for much of the Symmetry film. It's located adjacent to what's claimed to be the #1 most occult city in the world, Geneva, Switzerland. The Penitent Man was filmed adjacent to the #2 most occult city in the world, which is Vancouver, BC. It was filmed in Seattle, and most of the scenes were shot inside a Masonic facility, the Society of the Illuminated Brotherhood known for their temples.